income that he or she gets as in monthly basis, and are these houses going to be sold to the security personnel? Are these houses going to be given to them free of charge? Aside that, let's take this second thing and dissect it. These people, are we sure or cocksure that they are going to bring goods which are better, as in not being inferior?
Building materials.
That is it, not being inferior, because with the deal that you are talking about, I find it to be something. There will be something within it that you don't want the minority to know, because I learnt this evening as I'm talking to you now, the majority and the minority are in independent meetings, as in the majority want to pass the bill this evening.
This evening.
That is it.
Where exactly did you get that from?
From City FM.
Okay.
That is it. I learned they are still in the meeting, and the likes of
in Parliament.
That is it, in Parliament, and the likes of Sedun Ketia and the NDC chairman.
And there was some.
Yeah, get closer to the microphone.
Yeah, there was an amount of conflict of confusion within the House of the Parliament, within the NPP and the NDC, that to the extent that one of the NDC members of Parliament used the chief whip to strike against or threw it to one of the NDC lady member of Parliament.
In Parliament today.
Exactly. I think about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So they are still in Parliament.
Exactly.
The majority, they are still in Parliament trying to.
The majority alone.
That's right. No, the minority is also in the
still
meeting.
there.
That's right.
Okay.
Because I learned the majority has called all the big shots in NDC for them to come and express their satisfaction and views about the STS Korea deal, and they are trying to push the majority that yes, indeed, they have the masses in Parliament. So why are they sitting down?
Honorable Dwaja was making the argument that the notification of a writ being filed in court was brought when Parliament was in process. So do you see a situation where after this session ends today, there might be no opportunity to push it through, so they are trying to?
I think that's the reason why they've met this evening. They don't want the issue to be dragged to court, and I learned also Parliament might be going on recess very soon. So if they don't look smart to at least pass this bill, something might happen to the NDC government, because if they are able to pass this bill, yes, indeed, it will be one of the achievements to the NDC government, as in the 4-year mandate that Ghanaians have given to them. So I think on the whole, with issues and discussions that goes on the floor of Parliament, I think there is something wrong with the deal, and Ghanaians must be educated much more.
Okay, it's coming from Emmanuel Osei Kutu, former electoral commissioner for Republican. I'll get to Nana Mafu in a short while, but I still have questions of what has happened to the affordable housing projects and other housing projects. We don't know what the president's decision now, since the last time he actually spoke on that in respect of the presidential palace. Still not occupied, but Nana Mafu quickly.
Yeah, with the STS deal, I want to raise some argument over here. You see, unfortunately, within the press release that Honorable Alban Bagbin released, he stated that this would give the Korean a platform for them to establish themselves.
You're talking of last week.
Exactly.
Okay.
He stated that this would give the Korean a platform for them to establish themselves within West Africa. Don't we have well-enabled contractors or architects in Ghana who would be able to undertake?
So you're still bringing the argument of whether or not Greda should be allowed to.
Exactly, that is my point. And last, I was listening to one radio commentator, and he was saying that when we were constructing the
do we have the commentator's name? What's his name? Who's that?
I think it was just a switch of the my cell phone, and I guess yes. So he was saying that, but the argument, I think I'll make my argument very blatant. He was saying that when we were constructing the Jubilee House, the Jubilee House, which is the presidential palace, we also gave it to a foreign company, which is the Indians. But then he does not have the fact that this. When the construction was being done, it was the first served Parliament of the detail of whatever would transpire, and within the provisions they stated that it would constitute 28 sub-Ghanaian contractors You get my point?
Okay.
But then over here, there isn't any intervention of sub-Ghanaian contractors. All the argument that you are passing is that, of course, indeed, it's an established fact that the Korean wouldn't be able to troop in about 1,000 people to come and work. And for that matter, they are going to work with the peoples within the country or the Ghanaian individuals as a whole. But then, you see, when any deal is being done without any agreement, okay, without any unilateral or consensus that this has to constitute some portion of Ghanaian populace, do you know that after a while, to some extent, when unfortunately in the course of the construction, in the course of the project being executed, if any abnormality should rise up, do you know that as it is not stipulated in a paper or any white paper, the Korean could decide that, look, we realize that the Ghanaians you gave to us to work with could not work to our satisfactory, and for that matter, we are going to work with the people whom we think we can work with. And it could be people from any other country. That aside, also, we realize that within the provisions, they said that we are going to provide them the lands to build the house for a free cost. But then
it says that the land will be free of encumbrances. It's not clear whether or not we are going to provide the land for them.
Let me
clarify something.
All right.
It's not clear whether or not we're going to provide the land for them, or they're going to buy their own land free of encumbrances, because there are two different things.
Exactly, the free of encumbrances, which means that there will be no interference with, in the course of
whatsoever,
the construction.
Yeah.
Of course, I understand that for a fact. Don't you think?
I'm trying to get an audio file or news file on Saturday on Joy FM in Accra. But one minister actually who was there could not answer to exactly whether or not a question that Kwaku Sechiado asked specifically, whether or not it was government who was going to provide the land, because Kwaku said that he in particular had a land which was free of encumbrances. Yeah. So does that mean that they could have that one? There was no specific answer actually from the minister. I've forgotten actually, but I'll get the detail and then bring it back.
Yeah, Atta, let me continue. You see, unfortunately, they stated in the provisions that the government of Ghana will provide any and all infrastructure necessary to execute successfully to implement the project, including where necessary electricity, other instances like water and other things that might be needed to construct successfully whatever project that they intend. Do you also know that there is no counter guarantee to us as Ghanaians to establish for the fact that if indeed within the framework or the time for which we have given unto them to be able to establish or build the project that they intend to build, there is no counter guarantee for us to hold them hold them responsible for whatever that they should do or whatever within their sleeves that they intended to do for Ghanaians. So I believe for a fact that indeed the government of Ghana, if they are there for the interest of the Ghanaian as a whole, but not there within their political umbrella. Look, when you are voted into power, notwithstanding the political framework of which you used for your position as the government in power, you should be able to understand for the fact that as at now, whatever you do should be in the interest of the Ghanaians, notwithstanding either being the NPP or the NDC. So to me, I believe that whatever they are doing, they are just rushing into this. I realized that just this evening, Mr. Esiedun Ketia was in the floor of Parliament, and it is a breach of the proceedings of the Parliament House
because
he is not a member of Parliament House. You get my point? So it is very outstanding, and any other person within the any citizen can use this. Or
but I'm sure that anyone could go and witness.
There are arenas which are preserved for witnesses
and media men.
Media men, bigger than. But where he went, he was just beside the minority leader, asking him to go before the privileges committee to go and study the white paper that was before them. I think about 2 hours ago. Okay. You get my point? And I think it is not in the right direction. That is all I can say for now. Thank you, Atta.
Okay, quickly to Amponsa Mensa. It's 26 minutes to 9. You're still on your community watch on Focus 943. If you have any concern, just address them through 1406. You type F first. You type F, you leave a space, and follow with your message. Amponsa.
Well, one snappy issue I want to talk about is Kwamina Bonfe, that's the CPP, National Youth Organizer. I mean, went to the Supreme Court this afternoon to seek a writ against a writ of injunction against the STS